Hello, future people. Welcome to Getting Tabled. I'm Jason the Bruce. Today we're going to have a look at Trak from the Bakemono for some more Bushido models. I recently brought into the Savage Wave. As part of the series, when Ben and I was doing it, I became tempted in several different factions. And Ben didn't help because he was quite clearly prodding me and trying to get me to tempt. Savage Wave is the one that I bought in on. I am also tempted by several others, but I have to draw a line somewhere. I don't have endless money. Trak is one of the characters that I really like the look of, so we're going to have a look through what the model looks like. I'll give you a reminder of how his rules work. Let's get down and let's have a look at their samurai. All right, so here we are. Just the basic packaging as always. Just the single model. Let's get in. So, Trak is a Bakemono Samurai. It costs you 13 rice. He's got 2 melee, but you can boost it for 1. He can move 4. He's got 4 wounds. He's got 2 ranged that he won't be using. And he generates 2 ki, which goes into the Bakemono pool. He has a Karma, which gives you combo attack 1, powerful attack 1, and it's got +1 strength. He has armor 1, camouflage 4, which is fairly standard for Bakemono. Coordinated attack Bakemono, which is the important thing with this guy. Cowardly, prowess melee 1, and tiny, which again is fairly standard for Bakemono. He's got umbrella block. So that'll cost you 2. It's instant and it's personal. This model gains parry 1 until the current activation. So because it's instant, if you're going to take a big hit, basically it just means that you can pay this and use it whenever you want. Precision strike. You do need to be active for this one. It's still personal. This gives you pierce 1 until the end of your current activation. So that's the basics. He does have one unique effect. If this model places all of its melee dice into attack, it gains brutal +1 until the end of the current melee exchange. So what does this all mean? Basically what this means, for starters, with the coordinated attack, if he has one or more other Bakemono with him in base-to-base with the model that he's attacking, he gains a +1 in his melee pool. So that can potentially take him up to 4 dice. If all of his dice goes into that attack, remembering that's a very risky thing to do, then you get brutal. Basically what that means is the end result of your dice is +1. So if you roll a 6, it becomes a 7, for example. Parry is fairly straightforward, which is what umbrella block gives you. Parry basically adds 1 to the dice roll of your defense dice, which if you're having to be defensive is very important. Pierce basically goes against armor. So if you're facing something with armor, you spend the 2 and you reduce their armor cost by 1, or you counteract it. Getting Tabled has announced their very first giveaway. This Shaltari fleet was purchased with my own money for this express purpose. In order to enter the competition, you need to join us on Patreon. For every month of support, which is only $2 a month, you gain 1 entry into the competition between now and the recording on April 2nd, 2023, which is the 4-year anniversary of our podcast. You will get the Shaltari Dreadnought, the Shaltari Starter Fleet, the Shaltari Frigate Box, and the Shaltari Cruiser Box. This will all go out to 1 person. We will be covering it. Please understand that in order to enter the competition, you cannot live in a country where it's illegal to win prizes. There are countries out there that fall under this banner, and it's not something that we can control. This has all been purchased with my own money. None of this is funded. None of this is sponsored. I have purchased all of this with the express purpose of thanking one particular person that supports us on Patreon. That person will be drawn at random on the recording that we do on April 2nd, 2023. If you join us on Patreon, one of the things that you can do is listen to our recordings live as they're done through the Discord. Please consider supporting us. It's only $2 a month. We would really, really appreciate your time. Fairly simple, just the 2 parts on this guy. All right, and having a look at the detail here. This guy is absolutely phenomenal. Most of this is one piece. It's only the arm that's separate, which is quite nice, actually, and surprising. Armor is all nice and detailed. There's a lot of stuff on here that you can have fun with. A lot of detail that washers are going to bring out details in. I mean, it does, like, the armor kind of feels like it doesn't fit him. Like, sort of. Like, the hat looks just that little bit too big in a way that, like, it kind of feels like it's been stolen from someone. I kind of really, really like that. Oh, he's fun. I like this guy. And he has this other weapon as well. Fairly straightforward. Again, nice, simple armor. I mean, you don't expect that this guy is going to have armor that would rival. So, that's how the model is supposed to go together. One thing I do like about this particular model is the actual plug is designed so that it only goes one way. So it makes it easier to figure out how things are supposed to go together. My chain was slightly out, but I easily bent it back into place. It's supposed to place just under there, so it looks like everything is connected. It's not glued on yet, but obviously it will be shortly. Let's get him built. All right, and here we have Trak fully built next to a couple of models just for comparison. So obviously this is the fair comparison here. This is one of his other cohorts, but this is him next to a regular-sized samurai. Just to give you a bit of an idea of what I was saying earlier, because obviously, look, this guy is clearly wearing armor that wasn't designed for him. It's all kind of baggy and rough, and the helmet looks like it's a little bit too big for his head. I mean, this isn't a criticism. This is something I like about the fact that the way it's been designed. And that is a regular-sized human compared to the heights of the Bakemono. So, I love these imps. These imp guys are awesome. All right. And then we have Trak for the Bakemono. This is definitely one that I was looking forward to getting out and having a look at. Obviously, I'm looking forward to getting some paint on him as well. This guy's going to be painted with exactly the same style as everybody else has been for my Savage Wave. All of it's been done with speed paint quite deliberately, because those, along with another line of minis that I've been doing, are what I've been using to test it on various different models just to see how it performs. Rather than just doing the, I'm going to paint one thing and give you my impression of it. I quite deliberately, in that case, wanted to actually show it over a period of time and get a better actual opinion out there for it. So hopefully that's something that you're looking forward to. That should be out at some stage in the next 2 weeks. You've made it through to the end of another video. Your next mission is to hit subscribe and comment down below. If you'd like to reach out to the team, consider doing that, gettingtabled@gmail.com. Consider subscribing to our Patreon. For only $2 a month, you get early access to almost every single video that we do. Our most active social media is facebook.com/gettingtabled. It's where you'll find everything first. There's also a Discord. There's an invite on screen right now. If you type that in, it'll give you instant access. If you're on Twitter or Instagram, you can find us at gettingtabled. It's not the most active, but it's something we're trying to use more all the time. Come and check out Jason the Bruce at Twitch. He does both video game and hobby content. And of course, without question, play more.